Alright, YouTube, we're back here with another shadow video. Today we're working on Grixis today. Really the big cards we get are Sprite Dragon. The only cards we get are Sprite Dragon, Expressive Iteration, and Drown the Lock. I'm a little bit curious if the deck actually needs to be a Luris deck, and maybe just run 4 Expressive Iterations as card advantage. Because that's what blue-red mid-range is currently doing. And I wouldn't mind trying to have Gurmag Anglers, Street Wraiths in the deck over Sprite Dragons, and maybe just trying something like that and cutting Luris. Maybe we get some other threats. I'm not sure. Maybe a Tassiger or something, but I'm pretty excited to try it today. I think Expressive Iteration is a super good Magic card. Drown the Lock's pretty great, just a counterspell and a removal spell. I'm a little bit worried, though, that we're not going to be able to fill their graveyard enough, but it'll be fine. Nile Spellbomb is definitely a little bit of a nombo with Drown the Lock, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. We're sticking with EE. EE is such a good card right now, especially with Luris. It just completely obliterates some decks, but yeah, I'm excited to get into the leagues with this. I'm curious the blue is better than the green, because green we really only get Tarmogoyf. We don't really get much other than that, and at least with blue it definitely is more of a heavy set color. As you can tell, we have a lot more blue cards overall, so... And I'm a little curious about the Serial removal. I'm just trying it out. I hate the card, but we'll see how it goes. But anyways, if you're watching, it would be... Oh, hold up. We're supposed to have 4 stubborn denials as well. But anyways, if you're watching, it'd be really great if you hit a like, comment, and subscribe, because it really helps me out. It's also nice to know people are watching, so if you would let me know if you want to see more of Grixis, maybe I try out a non-Luris version, just let me know. And I'll see you guys in the first game. We have a good starting hand. Yeah, this is a very good hand. We have DRC on turn 1, into a Sprite Dragon, then some interaction, so I'm pretty cool with this keep. So we're definitely going to have to lead on Bloodstained Mire to play Dragon Rage Channeler, for sure. The hand is slightly awkward, and I think we want to get a Blood Crypt here. I'm trying to think if a Steam Vince is respectable. I don't think it is. I think we'd want more black than blue, so we'll lead with a DRC here. See what our opponent's doing. Let's see what they're on. A Botanical Sanctum. Do a green. What is this? An EE on 1. Okay. I'm a little... I don't really know what this could be. But, it's not really going to affect our game plan here, so we're just getting in there. Next turn we have a Scourge of the Skyclaves, and then we can just have Drown the Lock up for... Oh! Urza's Tower. Okay, so they're on some Tron variants, which is very interesting. A land wasn't bad. It allows us to bolt them if we want, which I think I'm going to. Because not bolting here doesn't really allow us to hold up anything, so we might as well get in there. We'll see if they pop this EE. They might not. But we'll bolt face for sure. A Thoughtseize seems pretty good. I wonder if I'm supposed to play around Condescend here. I think that could be reasonable. Maybe that's one reason not to bolt. But let's slam our Scourge here. This might be a mistake playing into Condescend, but okay, they don't have it. That's great for us. They pop the EE. DRC is not important at all in this spot. So I think we're going to be having... Yep, alright. First game went very well. So let's see what we have post board for them. So we have 2 Alpine Moons, which seem pretty decent. We probably want all the counter spells. Although, I don't really know what variant of Tron they're on, and I feel like it's more of a blue variant, which plays less non-creature spells, I believe, but maybe I'm incorrect. But, we have an easy cut here in 4 Fatal Pushes. And what else? Bolts aren't the best, so we might want to just trim 2 bolts as well. We have 1 cut here. I could be like convinced Expressive's a little slow, maybe Sprite Dragon's a little slow. Maybe we should be just trimming our 3rd bolt. Maybe an Inquisition, but I kind of like all the hand hate. We'll trim a bolt here and see what goes on this game. See what happens here. Alright, so we're not going to go first, which, I mean, we knew that. But we have a very respectable hand. A bunch of hand hate. The mana base is definitely going to be a little bit awkward this game, but if we draw just 1 fetch land, I think we'll be okay. So we get to fetch a Blood Crypt here on turn 1. Thoughtseize into, I guess, Sprite Dragon. Not really certain what we're supposed to do, which might have been why we should have mulliganed this, because it's a little awkward, for sure, with the mana base. Okay, so we get to Thoughtseize here. So we can cut them off a Tron, which I think is the best plan. Plus, best action here. Best course of action. We might want to Expressive. No, we don't want Expressive. So just pass here. Okay, we got a land, which is phenomenal. Yeah, we'll just Thoughtseize again, and then we're going to slam this Death Shadow. Trinket Mage. What does this Trinket Mage do? May search for an artifact with command cost 1 or less. Well, I think we're just going to commit to cutting them off of Tron. Although we could take the Ballista, but I'm going to take the Trinket Mage. Let's see. What land do we want? So we need something that produces black. So it's either Watergrave or Blood Crypt. Let's see. If we get Watery Grave, we can't go Expressive into Channeler. So I think for next turn's sake, we want to go. Well, okay, let's think. We could go Sprite Dragon Channeler next turn. If we get, yeah, we need red here, so I think we get Blood Crypt. I think we get Blood Crypt. Because we want to go Sprite Dragon Channeler into Expressive the following turn, I believe. Maybe that's wrong, but I believe that sounds like a good plan. It could go badly to a top deck Tron piece, but I think we're going to have to just play around it. Well, now we can play around it. So let's play around it for this turn. We can hold up Stubborn now. We can stub the Spoogen. Spoogen. We can definitely counter the Ugin here. So just waiting 1 turn seems fine. Is this a 2/2 Ballista? Looks like it. Looks like it. Probably just ping the DRC now. Oh, they're not. Okay. I believe you should do this now. I do believe they should do this now, but they might not. Okay. They do. Polluted Delta's not horrid. Okay, so do we just go Sprite Dragon or Expressive? I think we should go. So this is kind of awkward. So if they top deck a Tron land, they can pump this to a 3/3. So Fetch Shocking doesn't leave us dead. Because they could attack, swing for 3, and then shoot us for 3. So I actually believe we might want to just go Sprite Dragon Expressive, but then we don't have Stubborn Denial. It's definitely an interesting turn here. What is Expressive even doing for us? What is Sprite Dragon doing for us? So we fetch Shock. This is a 6/7, so we swing for 7. Next turn they pump the Ballista, attack us for 2, ping the Sprite Dragon. And then I guess they can't really attack us for 2. So swinging him for 7. Does that sound good? I don't believe that's even like that amazing. But it might just be what has to happen here. I'm just trying to think with the expressive iteration. What are we looking for? We don't have any removal spells. We do have a K command, but we can't cast it. Could get another threat down. No, let's just go Sprite Dragon here. Believe we can't die, right? Because this is 7/8. Pump it twice. We go to yeah. So there's no way that they can present lethal, unless they have a haste threat, which I'm just not gonna believe is in their deck. Maybe it is. I don't know. I can't think of anything. Maybe like Reality Smasher, but we survived to a Reality Smasher, I believe. Yeah. Oh, they didn't even kill our Sprite Dragon, which seems bizarre. Why would they let the damage resolve? I mean, at the bare minimum, you should have pinged our Sprite Dragon, right? Oh, do they have another Ballista? Oh, a Jellyfish. Okay. I haven't seen this card in a while. That one just threw me through a loop. Simic Growth Chamber. What is going on? I am definitely interested in this deck, but... Okay. Well, now we'll definitely expressive. Okay, so we will definitely be... So the real question is, do we have lethal here? Do we... So if we bolt them, that puts them to 14. And we attack for 9. No, we don't have any way of killing them, right? Bolt the Jellyfish. Yeah, we'll just bolt the Jellyfish. So put this in our hand, this on the bottom, this in the exile. Bolt Jellyfish. We won't even... I don't think there's any reason to fetch Shock. We'll play the land, though. We'll see. I just don't want to die to some weird card. We have a stub, and, I mean, the blue splash here is definitely looking good. So, if this was a Tarmogoyf, I think our threat... maybe this would be better as a Tarmogoyf, but at least the counterspell looks good here. The bare minimum, the counterspell does look very good. Transmuting. So they're going to get a Tower of Power. And then we can just Stubborn Denial whatever they play. Unless it's a Walking Ballista. So I think it's Walking Ballista or bust. Maybe a... Maybe a Worm Coil could do it. Okay, we'll Stubborn Denial that. Alright, first game. Alright, we're on the play yet again, which is pretty awesome for match number 2. Reveal our Lura, see if our hand's any good or not. Okay, they do reveal Lurrus, so that does give us some information that they're probably mill or a discard deck. Now the real question is, do we want this hand against that? It's close, because Bobble plus Fetch Land definitely means a Scry, so we have some card selection, but also Mishra's Bobble and Lurrus are good. And we do have a Disruption and a Fatal Push, so I think this is definitely a risky little keep here. We don't actually get a threat down till turn 3. I'm going to mulligan this. It's kind of close to me, but I think we can do a bunch better. Okay. Yeah, this is like 10 times better. We'll definitely keep, and I think we're going to put back the Sprite Dragon here. It's either that or the Scourge, and the real question is, what do we think is going to be better? I mean, normally in the Death Shadow Mirrors, the Scourge is better, and if we're actually up against Mill, I think Scourge is better as well. So considering those are like the only 2 decks that I can think of, I think Scourge is better. So I think against, if they didn't reveal Lurrus, I think I might consider keeping the Sprite Dragon, but in this case, I think just having the Scourge is just better considering the circumstances. We'll see if we get Archive trapped here. See if we get to have our DRC online. No Archive trap. Let's see if it's mill or not. Flooded Strands. Sniff, or Sniff? Why did I say Sniff? I was about to say smells like mill, but interesting. Well, we got another Dragon Rage Channeler, which is amazing draw. We get an Inquisition. Let's see if we can turn these on or not. Sprite Dragon will hit the bin. Ah, we didn't get to do it. I don't think we want to land. Okay. So their hand is 2 counter spells, a Force Negation, and an Unearth. Well, considering I think we can beat this hand, I might just take the Unearth because it's the only, like, thing they can cycle here. So yeah, let's just take the Unearth and get in there. I mean, we're going to cast this Expressive Iteration next turn, presumably. We might not want to. I mean, we just want to turn these DRCs online, so I think we want to. So, we will. They were going to counter it, which is fine, but I just want to turn these on. Yeah, this is fine. Bolt hits the bin. Land, I will also hit the bin, because I don't think we want that. Oops, we want to attack with both. We have a pretty fast clock here, so they're definitely going to need to slam something here. Flooded Strand. Bobble. Okay. Might just be buying Lurrus this turn, but then we just get to slam a Scourge. Kind of curious what they're... What are they on? Let's see what we draw. An Inquisition. Not a bad one. Definitely attack first. I don't think we're going to Inquisition here. Don't think so. Okay, why would we want an Inquisition? Why wouldn't we want an Inquisition? Inquisition does allow us to set up our draws a little bit better. But no, I don't think we want to. I think the case where we want to is we draw a land, and then we can Inquisition into Scourge, which is like a fine play. We're just playing land pass. So what is this? And we're just going to go to combat here. This is just a Cryptic tap draw. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty annoying. That's very annoying, actually. Alright, well, we'll just slam a Scourge, though. I still don't think that's a reason. Like, I kind of forgot about that card being a problem, but... Like, what are we going to do about it? I think it's fine. I think maybe one mistake we had was binning the Scalding Tarn, because I thought for some reason we couldn't play the Shadow off of Scalding Tarn, but we definitely can. So, in having our third land here would be huge. Is this a Snapcaster Mage, maybe? I feel like that would make sense. Drawing 2. So this is their demise, maybe? Sweet. Oof. Definitely a little sketchy there, and I think I made a mistake. Blue... I'm trying to think of, like, scenarios where blue feels better. And I think it might be better in this matchup. I think this deck's probably... It's probably much better, like, set up against this deck. So, because we're a little bit more controlling, I think a little bit more resilient against control, so... I think we want to definitely get rid of the pushes. Some number of bolts tend to be like my cuts. I think since they showed us Unearth, we probably want to bring the Spell Bomb in, if not 2. But there is definitely a cost, as long as it, like, if it's not an all-in graveyard deck like Living End or Dredge or something like that, I don't think we should bring them all in just because we do have Drown in the Locks. But maybe we should be cutting a Drown in the Lock because the card is a little awkward. No, I think Drown in the Lock's probably better than the Stubborn Denial. So I think if we want to do that, we'll do this. Yeah, we'll take out a Stubborn Denial. Only bring in 3. I think this is a fine-looking sideboard plan. 1 bolt. I always like keeping 1 bolt, just to be honest. Like, keep them honest. We do have some reach. Alright, Real Luris. Looking at our starting hands. Alright, they kept 7, and our hand definitely looks a little sketchy yet again. I think we're going to have to mulligan. Well, we can't keep a 0-lander, so we're down to 5. I think this is a respectable 5-card hand. Well, I don't want to get rid of all of our threats here. And then this is the real question, like, after this, what do we get rid of? Because this would be like a fine 6, right? It's either Stub or Scourge. I think it's Stub. We have enough counter spells, right? We'll find another counter. Okay, Inquisition. That was a good draw. The real question is, do we want to play Bauble here? Do we want to save it for the Sprite Dragon? I think that, like, is a defensible thing to think about. But I'm not going to. I think our card quality here is more important than getting 1 extra point of damage in. So we will definitely look at ourselves here. A Stubborn Denial. I think that's probably good. I think that's probably good. So they have a counter spell, which they can't cast. They only have 1 castable card in hands. Oh, wow. I'm just going to take the castable card here and pray that they don't... I mean, like, on a mold of 5, it definitely hurts, but I think we have to just pray they don't draw a plane, or an island here. Alright, that wasn't bad. It was not bad at all. Get a Blood Crypt. Slam our Sprite Dragon. And then we're just gonna... Oh, I probably should have gotten a Steam Vents here. That was a mistake. I didn't think about that one. The first time playing Grixis in a long time definitely feels a little bad, but definitely should have gotten a blue source here. Just so we can have double Stubborn Denial up. Considering, like, especially considering, like, we don't have much to do here. I think that's definitely correct. Because I would double stub this Archmage's Charm if they find a blue source here. Okay, so they have both their planes out. Definitely get back Snap. Alright, so the stub is looking insane. We get to trade a stub for an actual card that matters when our Sprite Dragon's not big enough. So that is huge. We also get to get our Scourge down, so that was a very big swing for us. Which I think is correct, because their hand is definitely super awkward here. And we drew a land. And we drew a land. And, oh my god, and Ferocious is going to be online. Ugh. This is beautiful. It's like exactly how we drew it up. Alright. And then next turn we get to play Shadow, and I think we're in the driver's seat. Mold of 5 definitely looked super awkward, but here it's looking... This 5 was very good, so... Can't really complain. Bind Luris. Okay. Bind Luris. It's the best they can do. I think we're going to get Steam Vents here. We might just want to buy Luris. So we know they have a counter spell, so there's no real point in slamming the Shadow, right? I believe that seems like the right line. Scourge is going to be an 8/8. I guess it's a 6/6 here. Alright. Feels like we're in a good spot. Feels like we're in a very good spot. Let's see what this is. Just a blank snap. Alright. It's fine with us. So it seems like they might just run out this lure. Okay, they got stub. Or they got a Mistress Bauble. So they actually have a draw engine here with Luris. So our hand is Counterspell, Archmage's Charm, and gonna be 2 mystery cards. Definitely awkward. Definitely an awkward spot. A Thoughtseize. That's pretty good. Let's definitely lead off with a Thoughtseize then here. If they counterspell this, I feel okay. Yeah, we'll swing everything in. Then I think we're going to play the Shadow out. Like, they can definitely steal it with Charm, but it's like their entire turn. I guess I'm going to Fetch Shock now. I want them to get something. Okay. Don't want them to get something good here. So I have 5 cards. We have 1 counterspell. As long as it doesn't lose us the game, I think we're gonna. I think one thing is we'll counter Archmage's Charm for sure because that's tapping them out of all their blue. And then I guess the worst that could happen is they Prismatic Ending this Shadow for 1, which would just be like that's pretty much like another charm anyways. So I think that'd be fine. So let's see what they have to do here. They might just have to run out of Snapcaster Mage blind. Which definitely feels like a losing position for them. On the next turn we have Luris with a Bauble. But it feels like they're definitely in a bad spot. It's fine. It's 100% fine. So, I'm trying to think. How do they survive here? They'll have to block Scourge if we don't draw a shock land, right? Or fetch shock. Well, no, because this is a 7, 10. Yeah, so they have to block Scourge here. Now they're going to have to... Yeah, they still have to block Scourge. Castle Ardenvale. Cool. Feels great. So they're chump blocking with Luris. We get our own Luris. And we'll have a Dragon Rage's Channeler in the... Ooh, I should have played Luris pre-combat. That was a mistake. So it would have been 1 extra damage in the air. Yeah, let's play out Luris here. Yeah, see, this was a mistake, 100%. Yeah, we would have gotten them at 5. Don't know if it's going to matter here, but it definitely could. Just do this now, see if we draw a stub. See what they reveal. A Swamp. So, I'm going to assume they don't have like a board wipe. They definitely could, and this might be a mistake, which is why we're holding the DRC in hand. But they're not drawing it, so... Okay, and we drew a threat, so that's pretty good. So next turn, even if they board wipe, our hand doesn't look that bad. Like, it's not great, but we were going to have 2 flying threats. Terminus, okay. It's definitely not great. Blue, red, play Sprite Dragon. This is a Terminus deck, that's wild. That is quite crazy. I mean, we're going to play this Bloodstained Mire. It's going to suck that they know about it, but I kind of want to shuffle all of those cards on the bottom back into our deck, so... 3 good ones are on the bottom. This is a Terminus deck. That's crazy to me. Not another one. Entwininess? Ugh. Feels bad. I mean, we still have some decent draws, but definitely not in the best shape. Just fetch, and I'm not even going to shock here. Dragon Rage's Channeler. Oh, they have a counter spell, which I mean, like, we're just going to make them play it. That's fine. We're not attacking, don't want to trade. Okay. That was kind of brutal. I mean, it's definitely one of those things that, like... Oh my god. Alright, we're dead here. They're going to play out another Kai's Guile, right? I assume. What did they target? Yeah, Kai's Guile. Alright. Well, Mold of 5 definitely came back to bite us there. So, it was a close game, though. It was definitely kind of close. Stubborn Denial seems much better against the Terminus deck. Did not realize that they were fooling on control. I'm just going to take this bolt out, so... I thought they would be a little bit more of a creature deck. Maybe that was just a mistake on my end. I just assumed that they would have some number of creatures, so we just want all the counter spells here. Definitely want them all. Yeah, this is a great hand. Definitely have some dis-synergy here with the spell bomb and the drown lock, but I'm not gonna worry about that too heavily. Like, we're just gonna go for it next turn. We get to go Thoughtseize into Nile spell bomb. Hopefully we can mill the world. Okay. Okay, they have their own spell bomb, which is definitely a problem. Definitely is a problem. Yeah, let's Thoughtseize them first. Do we want a Stubborn Denial? I actually don't think we do. Actually, do we? It's not that bad. No, it's not a land. I kind of want to land next turn. Okay. Well, I think the best card in their hand is probably the Guile. 2 redundant things. So let's just take the Guile. Land would be nice. Another Dragon Rage's Channeler. I don't know about that one. Don't know about that one. I don't think we want that. Okay, so their hand's pretty awkward. Pretty freaking awkward. So I think we're in an okay spot. We do have a Stubborn Denial for the first charm, which I would assume that they're going to run it out on 3. Well, we got a good draw here. Let's just not get top deck Terminus here, and then I feel like we're in pretty decent shape. Okay, so we didn't get top deck Terminus, which is fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. Scalding Tarn, what a good draw. See if they pop the Spell Bomb now. So we waited to combat to fetch because we didn't want them stealing our DRC here. And then I guess I was thinking that they could steal our DRC and kill our Scourge, but they could not. I think we'll Stubborn Denial this. I think so. Mishra's Bauble. I don't think we want that. Now the bear question is, I mean, they can sack their own Spell Bomb here. And, okay, so they're targeting us, which is fantastic. Because now our Drown Lock's actually just like a better counterspell. They did it like blindly. They didn't even draw a card off of it, which is wild. But I believe they'll be dead next turn. Hopefully. Drown Lock is a counterspell. I think the only thing that would have got us was a top deck turn. Okay, they could have Supreme Verdict here. Vindicate. Yeah, we'll drown that. Drown that one. Maybe a Dispute could get us. Definitely take another drown. Alright, got match number 2. We're about to... Alright, on to match number 3. Wow, 3 times in a row we get to go first, which is like a blessing. Let's see if we get to keep this hand. Oh, don't think we can. It's definitely one awkward thing about this deck compared to the Jund deck. We do have a lot more 2-drops, it seems like. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm going to keep this. Definitely risky. I'm going to put the Sprite Dragon back. This could be a mistake, though. Could be a mistake. Maybe that is a mistake. We'll see if it's a mistake. I believe we want Expressive Iteration. The card's super good. It's just like a draw to most times, so I kind of like it. Helps us dig for lands to get our 3rd one, which is actually semi-important with Luris as our companion, so... And, like, we're already kind of threat dense, but maybe it's a mistake. Could be convinced. Could definitely be convinced. Alright, so they're playing Delver, which is a little weird. But they do have the Bauble, which is kind of nice. Find the land, which is beautiful. Beautiful. So we're going to get a Watery Grave here because we want to play our Shadow this turn. I believe we want to play the Shadow this turn. We might just double Thoughtseize. We'll see, though. It's on top. What's on top? I don't think we want to keep anything other than a threat. Maybe a removal spell. I don't think we want to land. So we have Expressive Iteration next turn to help us find a land, so I think it'll be fine. Okay, so they have a Force Negation, a Serum Visions, and Expressive. So none of these deal with any of our permanents. So what is the worst card for us? Huh. That is a good question. So I think it's Serum Visions, actually. Because next turn we get to Thoughtseize away this Expressive Iteration anyways, and they're probably not likely to cast it next turn, so I'm kind of down to take the only card that they're probably going to cast next turn. And, like, maybe Force Negation's like a defensible thing, but, like, I highly doubt it is. Like, I'll just take the Expressive, which is the only card that actually does anything. Do we offer the trade? We're both on a mold of 6. They don't have a companion, nor do they have a threat in hand, so I think we'll be fine offering the trade. See if they take the offer. Highly doubt they will, but it could be considered. Like, if they had another threat in hand, I definitely want to offer this trade. I don't believe so. I wonder if they're trying to figure out whether they're going to flip this Delver next turn. They might not. They might offer the trade. They might trade if their top card's a land, but they can't stack the Bauble trigger to happen first, so they have a better chance. Which I do. That's one kind of nice thing about Delver. Is one nice thing about Delver. See if they're in the tank about this. So they don't block. Okay. Play our Shadow out. Let's hope we hit a land off this Expressive Iteration. Maybe that's a reason to keep the land on top, because we do want to land next turn. Especially a fetch land's not bad, but I don't think we wanted it. But it's definitely going to be awkward if... God, please don't be like a... Okay, wow, they didn't flip. Wait, why did they look at it first? I think they missequenced their triggers. Just not have an Unholy Heat, please. For the love of God, please. Opponent, please. Please, opponents. Okay, Mishra's Bauble. I am fine with that one. Fetch land would be banging. Oof. Okay, that is a fetch land. So the bare minimum, we're fine. The bare minimum, we are fine with them forcing this. I don't think we're going to Thoughtseize them first. No shot, so. See if they force this. I think this could be a decent force target. Did they bobble themselves? They did. Young, no. Let's see. If they had like a bad blue spell in their hand, they probably would pitch. Okay. A Drown the Lock is a fine card to keep, so we'll put that one on top. Definitely going to probably put that one in our hands. Hope we find a land. Or Channeler. We're putting this in our hands. We already have a land, but we kind of don't even want to play this Channeler out. So that's kind of awkward. And we kind of want to Thoughtseize away their expressive iteration this turn. So yeah, let's put this. Let's put that on the bottom. It's a little awkward, but I think it's fine. Yeah, no. It does suck that we can't get this Dragon Rage's Channeler online this turn. Scourge, yeah, we'll keep that on top. Murktide, Force, Expressive. Okay, think about this. If we take the Expressive, and then they top deck a land, a fetch land specifically, I guess honestly it's any land, then the Shadow is going to be big, or the Murktide's going to be too big. But if we take Expressive, what are they looking for? A threat, maybe? I think we just take the Murktide here. I don't think we care about either of these cards. This could be a mistake. And we can't block if they flip Delver, so we're attacking. And like again, I think I'm fine with this trade, so. Okay. And then we do have a Drown for the Delver. That's another reason to consider that, because Delver is... We can't drown if they exile their whole bin, so... Feels bad. Definitely feels bad. So if they attack us, we can fetch Shock, and this will be big enough to kill them, so... If they attack, they die. If they attack, they are dead. If they don't attack, it feels like they're also dead, so... Expressive iteration, cool. Cool. I don't know what they're looking for. Another Delver. Actually, that's not bad. Oh, do they not have a land, though? No land. So, you are dead. Unless they have Gut Shot. Is that something we need to worry about? No, that's something we're not going to worry about. If we lose to Gut Shot, we lose to Gut Shot, so... Alrighty. Cool. Taking down the first game, I believe. Actually, don't... Why do I not remember? I actually don't remember. No, I guess we aren't even pre-sideboarded, so yeah, that was the first game. So this is definitely a matchup where we want Seal of Removal and Nile Spellbomb. What is bad? What is bad? Huh. I feel like Inquisition's definitely a little awkward. And I was thinking about Expressive, but I might think about Drown the Lock here. Just like two of them are a little awkward. And against Delver deck, they probably have Monkey Delver and DRC, so I think we probably want the EEs on the draw here. So what's worse? I probably want to cut like a Sprite Dragon here. at the bare minimum. And maybe we just don't want these Drown the Locks. They do seem a little awkward against Murktide. But, like, it's going to be hard to beat a Murktide without the card. I think as long as we're smart about our Nile Spell Bombs and the seal removal, we might be fine. So, let's go. Let's just cut our Drown the Locks. They're clunky here. But I'm going to take out this 1 EE here for a Drown here. I think this is fine. I don't think 3 EEs. I think it's a little excessive. We probably want to find one, but not all of them. And spot removal is pretty good. Seal removal is literally just for Murktide. So, and like with DRC's expressive iterations, like we'll be able to find it, hopefully, if we need it. Hopefully. All right, fingers crossed. Whew. This league has been pretty interesting so far. Had some decent games. No like non-games so far. It's felt like. So the deck has gotten to show off what it's good for, and like we've definitely gotten to see why blue is important in this deck. I mean, I think it's fine. I would love that if this wasn't a land, but I'm gonna keep it. I actually think land heavy hands against this deck is pretty good. And if it's not Ragavan, I probably don't care. Like, DRC's fine. DRC is fine. Guess as long as they don't turn 2 Murktide us, it's fine. Like, I just don't like being down on cards in this matchup. So, mulliganing is just a little brutal in my opinion. Seal removal, that's actually not bad. So now we really don't care about a Murktide Regent hitting the field. I think I'm actually just gonna... I'm just gonna bolt. Do you want to bolt it? Yeah, let's just bolt this. I don't want to have to deal with it. Just too good of scry value. Next turn we can pop down Nile Spellbomb off the island and then activate it if we want. Delver, it's fine. Also, seal removal is pretty decent against Delver. Yeah, I guess we'll just push this. Alright, Spellbomb is hitting the field. See, like, the reason I like keeping these, like, kind of land-heavy hands is we have Lurrus, and they don't. So we're going to win long games. It's not like they can do that much. So as long as we're not getting ran over completely, obviously we didn't draw the second push, but we had 2 removal spells in our starting hand. So, like, as long as we don't get, like sometimes it's going to happen. They're just going to have, like, multiple 1-drops, and you just can't do anything. But I think most times our late game is just 10 times better than theirs. So I think I'm fine just, like, playing this long game against them. And, like, Nile Spellbomb's actually insane against this deck. And, like, if they don't have a threat here, like, cool. We'll just buy Lurrus and keep draw going for the rest of the game. Because we can definitely draw go better than they can. Well, sometimes it depends on the list. Sometimes they run Archmage's Charms and stuff like that, but I think we tend to be a better draw go deck than they are. Although, Expressive Iteration's a good card, so it's nothing to be like, oh, okay, that card's nothing, but it's definitely something. Definitely a good card. Something we should be a tad bit worried about. Let's see what they exile here. See what they exile. If they don't have a land drop, that'd obviously be amazing. Okay, they get a Stolen Tarn. So it's not going to be a game over feeling, but another Fetch Shock. Ragavan. Weird that they're actually not dashing this out the next turn. Well, okay. Another good draw. Another good draw. We will continue our point-click removal. we shall continue. So, like, we don't care about a Murktide Regent because it's only a 4/4. Like, it's gonna be good, but it's fine. We'll live. Sure. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna actually take this opportunity to Drown Lock this. They're probably just gonna counter it, which I think is fine, but let's actually... Oh, we need something black. Guess we can just get Swamp here. Let's just get Swamp here. So, like, I'm fine with them using a counter spell here. It's one of those things, like, we're gonna use this spell bomb eventually, so I feel like I want to get my value now out of it before I don't get any value, so let's just buy Lurrus, and I'm actually gonna pop this spell bomb this turn. Red. Yeah, let's just pop the spell bomb. A Thoughtseize. I'll save that for next turn. We get to go Thoughtseize, Lurrus, and then something else if we want. We are definitely like in the spot where we don't have a threat, and it's kind of awkward, but we do have a decent amount of threats, so I think we're okay. Should definitely put whatever they see on top in their bin, regardless. So. I've always thought Thought Scour on these decks are a tad bit weird, right? Especially with DRC, like when you Thought Scour yourself, it feels like a losing battle. Not actually, it's not that bad, but it's definitely slightly awkward. It's not free. Just not have a Murktide Regent here. That would be fantastic. We can deal with it, but we could actually just seal it and then Thoughtseize it, but I don't even know if we would. Okay, cool. So we'll definitely Thoughtseize here. This might be a tad bit awkward, but it'll be... Ooh. I actually like this more. We don't want to tap both of our blue sources. Thoughtseize? They might Unholy Heat this, which is fine. Keep something on top. Okay, so we want to take this Murktide. Right. Right. Yeah, let's take the Murktide. Seal removal is definitely looking a little bit awkward here. So this is definitely one of the reasons why I don't like this card. Because it doesn't actually do anything on the board. Just like stalls them. But we can instep it here. And then we'll just kind of hope that we draw better than them. So we'll take this hit. We'll instep it. So it's kind of like a double time walk. Not actually, but it definitely is something. Well, they didn't dash out Ragavan, which feels awkward. Feels weird. Black. We definitely want black here. Probably want black red. Black blue. So black blue. Another land. Well, definitely feels like we haven't drawn a threat, but that might be our fault for keeping a hand with no threat in it. Definitely feels like it might be our fault. Let's just not hit a Scourge here. Scourge would be brutal. Oh my god, I've kind of just spoken into existence, so that happens. One good thing about this though is if we do, actually no, we can't. I was thinking if we hit a discard spell, we could play Scourge, bounce to our hand, play it, but we cannot do that. Actually, we can. No, we can't. Okay, DRC is our demise, but let's play it. Okay, yeah, we're just dead. We're just dead. Sad. Opponent played smart. I don't know why I didn't bring Cake Man. I feel like Cake Man might just be good enough here. I feel like we're just like fine how we set this up. I mean, they did show us Ragavans as well. It's harder to. I feel like it's harder to reason with EE on the draw on the play because I think we want to be more proactive here. Maybe that's a reason to bring out Seal. Yeah, let's bring out Seal. Let's bring Sprite Dragon in. Just going to be a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, I think this is fine. Definitely a little weird. So we need to get probably just red. We probably just need to get Blood Crypt here. We need to have double black next turn, so. Yeah, this hand's fine. Okay, they're mulliganing to 5, which doesn't mean much. But our hand is very well set up against their deck, so I feel like we'll be in a fine spot. As long as this DRC doesn't like completely bonus over here, would be fine with the fetch land. Yeah, fetch land would be pretty good. If we see a fetch land, see another DRC, which I actually think is okay. We just get to go DRC Thoughtseize next turn, so it's pretty good. Delver of Secrets, not a bad one. Not a bad one, opponent. Probably just slamming that on turn 1. I don't think 1-for-1 in with removal if they have it in their hands good, so. Especially on a mold of 5. Seems like it favors us. But I was wrong last game. I thought that we were in a fine spot to just say draw go. Okay. So all we need to do is hit something different. Oh no, my god. Misclicks, love it. Well, that's what they needed. Us to misclick. Oopsies. God damn it. That always sucks. God, I love misclicking. Well, it's fine. Doesn't feel great, but it's fine. Probably gonna turn on both our Dragon Rage Channelers next turn. Oh my god, misclicks. Yeah. God, is that going to completely lose us the game? That is the real question. It might, because they... Okay. They have an I was about to say, if they have an Unholy Heat, it feels like it lost us the game, so... But with this, I mean, I think we're favored here. I mean, especially since they didn't hit Delirium, which is great for us. Because next turn, we're hitting Delirium. We have Delirium online. We have a Spell Bomb to stop their Delirium. We're fine. We are fine. Which, honestly, I'm going to play the Spell Bomb out here. Hope we hit Delirium. If not, we can Thoughtseize. Alright, Bolt. Yeah, Bolt's good, but we'll bin it. Shadow? I don't think we want a Shadow. Yeah, maybe we should have taken a Shadow. I think we're fine just holding the Spell Bomb here. Ooh, maybe we should have popped it now. In case they have Murktide in their hand. If they fetch, we're gonna... Please fetch. God, I feel like I've messed that up. Let's just do this now. Okay, we found a land, which is fantastic. No, they can't Murktide here, which is also fantastic. So next turn we get to go Thoughtseize into Sprite Dragon. Oh, and they're not dead to that, no. Jeez. I guess we're just gonna get a basic island here. I don't actually want to go too low. It's a counterspell? Okay. Okay, let's think here. They flip everything. Okay, they're keeping something on top. Which feels weird. What are they keeping on top? Bolt, yep. Have a land on top? Or a land in hands? I think they're dead no matter what. I'm just trying to think what they keep on top. Maybe a Thought Scour keeps them alive. A Bolt. Bolt technically keeps them alive. Yeah, Bolt does keep them alive. God. Okay, so they can't bolt us. Thank God. Oof. I was thinking they could bolt us, go for lethal here. But they can't. No, okay. My heart sank when I thought that was something that could happen. Okay. How do we lose? We lose to a bolt. We lose to a bolt. So let's just bolt this. Surveil, push is fine. Push is actually pretty good. Bolt is something we can lose to. But I think other than that, we win next turn regardless. And it all comes down to literally us throwing away that Death Shadow. Because if we could have slammed a Death Shadow here, at least it was something, right? And we didn't get to Thoughtseize them that turn, so... That Thoughtseize would have gotten to go off a lot sooner. But I think we're fine here. I'm trying to think what they could have. Cryptic Command, maybe? But we're not playing around a Cryptic Command. So let's go for it. Cross our fingers. The game was way closer than I think it needed to be. Please? What is this? Unholy Heat, which does nothing. Because we win now? Do they even hit Delirium? No, they don't. Alright. Woo! Alright. We're on to match number 4. That was a close one. Alright. Alright. We're here for match number 4, but we're not, sadly, we're not on the play this time, so... Back down to earth after the godsend luck we had earlier. See what is happening in this game. Or maybe we do get to go first. Maybe we're up against Arak. Oh, they are a Yorion deck. We're up against a Yorion deck. So this probably means Niv, right? Niv is like the only Yorion deck in the format other than maybe Death and Taxes. So we gotta be a little bit wary here. Definitely gotta be a little wary. So I think this hand's fine, though. It has a turn 1 threat. A little awkward that we don't get to play Expressive, but maybe we'll top deck a land or something. But yeah, I mean, I think this hand's great. Deals us a decent amount of damage. We might get Shadow online fairly early. One thing I'm concerned about is possibly getting Renin Sixth, which will suck, but I think it's something we're going to have to live with. So we could get Steam Vents to be able to cast this Drown in the Lock, but maybe we should. I'm trying to think. No, I really don't think we should. I like just getting our black sources on the field. Maybe I'm a little bit too used to the Jund deck where you really don't need the other source 90% of the time. Like, you will sometimes because you do have Goyfs that... You just have Goyfs in your deck, that's really it. But most times it feels like you don't need it. Alright, we're up against a snow deck, maybe. Maybe this is Blink. That could also be it. But we'll see. If they... Oh, they didn't fetch. Whew. Feels good. I'm gonna hold up Bolt this turn. Definitely hold up Bolt. Probably... I don't know. Would we Bolt a Ice Fang Quotal? Maybe. It's gonna feel bad, but I think we will. Fatal Push? No. Teferi, Solitude, Ewit. So I guess we gotta take the Ewit because, I mean, the rest of these suck. Like, there's no like unbluntness about this. This just kind of sucks for us. But take the Ewit, bolt the Ice Fang, put another push into the bin. Attack for Juan. Hopefully draw a land next turn, and then we get to go Scourge into Channeler. But then they have Pitched Solitude, which is something scary, but we're going to have to live with it. Because they could keep this Teferi alive if they really want to. But maybe not. Oh, thank God. Okay. Well, it does allow us to double spell here. Allows us to double spell. So they probably can't even keep Teferi alive if we hit something here. So what are we looking for? Creature and or artifact. So we have Mishra's Baubles and then all of our creatures to mill over. We'll see what happens here though. We'd love to get this Teferi off the battlefield, but I actually don't know if it even matters. Because I do have a second one. But maybe we'll be able to express it into a land. So that we can have Drown Lock up as well. Maybe. Okay, Utopia Sprawl. Which is fine. What is their last card? Doesn't seem like it's something that's too impactful. Oh, maybe it is. They just slam the other Teferi. They are. Which I actually think this is fine for us. Yeah, I think this is good. You're going to bounce probably Scourge. And then, like, are they going to Solitude our DRC? Seems a little loose, but I mean, they might have to. Mishra's Bauble can go to the bin. This is a 3/3, which is awesome. Okay. I think we're just going to double Thoughtseize here. So put Thoughtseize to hand, Bloodstain on the bottom, Thoughtseize in the exile. We'll attack here. Try and get this Teferi off the board. We do. Thoughtseize. Don't want a Mishra's Bauble. Sprawl and Solitude. I mean, I guess we'll take both here. Or we could just slam... Shadow. Let's see, do we want to be able to hold up Drown in the Lock? Let's see. We can just go, as long as it's, yeah, I think this is fine. So we go, yep, alright. I think we're fine. As long as they don't top deck something too good. It's definitely a good spot for us. Sprawl doesn't really matter. What is this? Coiling Oracle. It's definitely spooky. Plains, though, does nothing. So we're probably just going to buy Yorion. We'll Thoughtseize it. Actually, we might not. Yeah, we probably should. Well, let's see. Can we kill them? I don't think we can. We might be able to if we have a shock land. So this is 8. 11. No, we're a little bit away. We're a little ways away from that. So I probably should just buy Yorion here. I mean, they could hold to buy Yorion and play it in the same turn, but they probably have spells they'd want to draw. Well, that's very good. Yeah, let's just Thoughtseize it. It's pretty much, it feels like it's just, we don't need a land at this point. Feels like that's just game here. Just have 2 counter spells for the next 2 turns, so. And if they don't do anything, they're just dead. Alright, feels like we're taking this one home, but you never know. You never know what they could find. Let's say, I think as long... I don't even know what they could draw. It'd have to be like an uncounterable spell. Alright, they didn't draw anything. Sweet. Sweet! Taking the first one down. Okay. K-Command seems very good. This is definitely a matchup where I think we're going to be missing Teamer Battle Rage, which kind of feels bad, but it'll be okay. I'm trying to think what else we want. Like, I could see EE being good, but I think our creatures matter a lot more than theirs do. So maybe a Seal of Removal is, like, just okay. It's not good. Promise you that. Maybe we want Stubborn Denial, but I don't even think we do. I'm like at a loss here. A loss here for what we don't want. I mean, I don't even think we want. I think we just want K commands. I'm like, for what? I don't think it's for any of the discard spells. It might just be for one of the removal spells. I think removal here is a little awkward. So let's just take out a push. Maybe we want Spell Bomb over another push, so we just have 2 pushes. Let's just try this. I don't know. Push seems super bad, but I think it's like a necessary thing. Like, if we have to push an Ice Fang Quotal, it feels awful for us, but like sometimes it's just going to have to happen. Like, we just can't afford to trade our creatures for a cantrip. I'd rather trade a card for a cantrip. Well, it's a cantrip in a body, so it's a little bit different. But I think we have to deal with it. Like, definitely awkward. This is probably one of the... It's probably not a great matchup, considering we don't have Teamer Battle Rage. I think if we had TBR, I'd feel a lot better about this matchup. But Solitude... So, like, we've talked about this before, but I think Solitude's, like, it's the biggest problem for this deck. It's the reason this deck just, like, hasn't been putting up as many results. I do think the deck's really good right now. People aren't playing it enough, but it's definitely something that sucks, right? Solitude is a very good card, and since they're playing it, we definitely have some issues. Real question is, do we want to play out this Bobble this turn? Sure, whatever. Sprite Dragon's fine, in my opinion. I think we'll just play it next turn. I think so. Not sure, though. That's what they do. Get another Snowlands. Let's see what they're drawing. A Noble. 1 turn too late. I think we just... If they play out the Noble, we'll just slam our... Well, as long as they have... Okay, I was assuming they have a land, I think we're just going to slam our Sprite Dragon here. So I think we'll just get another Grave. So definitely letting them have mana is a problem, but I just want to get our threats down early and often. Teferi would be annoying, but like we can answer it. Let's see what this is. An Ewit? I think I'm fine with this. Although it does make our Drown look really bad, but... Yeah, it does. It makes our Drown look so bad. I mean, especially if they have Ephemerate here. If they have an Ephemerate, this could be like damn near game over. But then, I guess if they have an Ephemerate... Oh, I guess they can get back the Ephemerate. Yeah, I was like, what would they get back? They can get back Ephemerate. So if they have Ephemerate, I'm guessing they'll cast it here. Especially while we're tapped out. Yeah, this makes sense. I mean, now they just won't take the trade, though, so that's, like, kind of something nice about this. I mean, they can't take the trade, right? I mean, I would take this trade at this point, especially with the ephemerate coming off. Yeah. Kind of just can't let that happen. Say yes. I actually think we're playing our shadow out here. Definitely a good loop for them, and like our drown does nothing. Maybe I should have just played out the other Dragon Rage's channeler, but or Dragon's Rage channeler, but I mean it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Skyclave, ugh. Probably saying goodbye to Shadow. We might just have to drown this noble at this point. Which, I mean, we can't even do. God, that's so brutal. Alright, Inquisition was a very good draw. Okay. Actually, we want to play out this Channeler first, I believe. And then we're going to fetch here. I mean, we have to fetch. The real question is, are we shocking? I guess so. Scourge, Ben. Sprite Dragon, Ben. We might be okay here, because we get to attack for 6, more than likely. God, don't have a Veil Summer. Don't have a Veil Summer. That's so annoying. Super annoying. Probably just gonna snipe our Sprite Dragon, I'd assume. Forgot. Oh, they take our other wait, why would they take this Channeler? That's a little weird. They have 2 Ephemerates and a Soul Herder. Jesus. Well, I mean, I guess we gotta take a Soul Herder. This is like brutal. That's so bad for us. I don't know how we're gonna beat quad Ephemerate or trip Ephemerates. I mean, we're just gonna have to kill the Eternal Witness somehow. I have no clue how. Well, okay, hold up. Let's think about this. If we counter this one, it's worth 6 damage now, and maybe we can find a bolt. I'm down to do that. We do only have one. No, we have all 4 bolts, so I think we're bottoming anything that's not a bolt here. Right, they have to deal with both of these, so they have to ephemerate this twice to kill both of these. So they don't actually get an ephemerate back immediately. I guess they can with targeting the Ewit here. Okay. Feels like they're not doing that line though. Yeah. They're not. Which is a little weird, but it's fine. Trying to have 3 1/1s and a, oh my god, another Skyclave. Gosh. That's really good. That feels bad. So I'm guessing we're just buying Luris and hoping that we can win the game with a bolt. Let's find a bolt. Why don't we just find a bolt real quick, right? Bolt would win us the game. Bolt would give us some hope. Okay, they gotta land on top, which doesn't do anything. Come on, bolts. Bolt, 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 bolt. Bolt and or what? Maybe a Sprite Dragon and a couple of spells could do it. Maybe, just maybe. They are only a fetch land, so it's not that great. But they are ephemerating back their entire graveyard, so... Okay. Let us draw a card. Let us draw a... Okay. Well, honestly, not horrible with Sprite Dragon. Not horrible. Although I think they're going to have an Ephemerate in hand at all times, so... I don't know why I'm giving myself some false hope here. Yeah, they're going to have a bazillion Ephemerates. So I guess, realistically, we just get DRC back here. And then we're at least going to have an opt. Yeah, that's our game plan, I guess. I mean, we have quite a few draws at it, I believe. And like, it's not like they're going to be killing us too fast here. Because we can take this hit, go down to 5. They play a Soul Herder, we can chump block it. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Maybe. So they have 2 Ephemerates in hand. No, they have an Ephemerate and a Mystery card, I believe. No, I think it is 2 Ephemerates. Yeah, it's 2 Ephemerates. Alright, I mean, the better question is Scry better than... Well, let's think here. If we block now... If we block now, I think it's kind of the same thing. So let's just block one now. Or I guess we could double block this one. Gives us a 2/2. It's kind of like the same thing, except it gets something off the battlefield. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. Alright, come on, Bolt. Bolt, 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 bolt. Everybody, bolt. Alright, come on. Some bolts. Bolts in the comment. If you're watching at this point, comment bolt, just for me. Just for me. If you do that, I will have much love, but if not, god damn it. Alright, so. I think this is not Horde. Let's think about this, though. So we're definitely playing Lurrus here. Now, this is the real question. We're using this fetch land as a scry. Do we want 2 scries? Well, I'm trying to think here. I think playing DRC is better because it's virtually 2 scries at it, whereas a Mistress Bauble is not. So I think this is fine. Plus, it's another blocker, so it buys us, I think, even more time. And if there's a bolt on top, we can draw it immediately. Okay, let's bobble ourselves. We'll see if we want to fetch here. Sprite Dragon. Okay, we're going to fetch that away. Guess we can just fetch on their upkeep. I don't think it really matters. Okay, this is fine. DOS is fine. I mean, we're literally looking for a bolt. Actually, I don't know. Maybe... trying to think. Maybe it was better to get back a bauble. Whatever, let's just fetch now. We're fetching. We are fetching this away. We're not fetching away. So we have 2 draws at it, I believe. 2 draws to our out. Okay. Get rid of our Lurrus. I mean, they're really not clocking us very fast. They're gonna give us quite a bit of time. They might give us another draw step, which I'm not 100% sold on, but I mean, we have this one and the next one. I don't know if we'll get a turn after that, is what I'm saying. They're at 2. Damn. So close. Don't want to shock opponent? Please. Maybe. Come on. Bolt! Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, so a card that literally loses us the game here is a Solitude, because we can't beat them gaining 6 life, so... That's definitely something we lose to. But we're going to be able to block this Skyclave with Luris, block the Soul Herder. I think we're going to get another turn after this, I believe. Do believe we'll get another turn after this. Ouch. Believe we'll get another turn. Hopefully we get another turn, but I'm not sure. Because we can chump block the Soul Herder, block the Skyclave. I mean, I guess we don't even need to block the Skyclave, especially since we have a Shadow in hand. Okay. Alright, so this is our last turn. This is our last turn, because they're going to get Batterskull, I believe. I just get Batterskull. It closes out the game. Sword of Fire and Ice? Oh, well, that also just wins this turn, so. Alright. Alright. Okay, we weren't drawing our bolt anytime soon, so. Alright, well, maybe we do want these Fatal Pushes. Maybe we don't. I think this is actually fine. Maybe we just don't want Drown the Lock. Let's take a Drown the Lock out for a Fatal Push and submit this list. Alright. On to game 3. Let's hope we get a decent one. So we get a decent keep here. Ugh. Like, this hand's so slow. I don't think we can keep this. Like, yeah, we just can't keep that. Yeah, this hand's also, like, sluggishly slow. Alright, well. We'll keep it. We'll put the Steam Vents back. Let's bobble ourselves here. A Nile Spellbomb. I don't know if we want that. I don't think we want that. We'll just get a Blood Crypt here. Pass it up. Brutal we'll keep here. Steam Vents, yikes. Yikes. It's not good. It's not good either. Alright. Alright, we're not doing that much, opponent. So you got plenty of time here. They have some number of what are they? What are the 1-drops or 2-drops? Ice Fang Quotals. I think this game's gonna be all but over. And they have a Stoneforge Mystic, which I don't have an answer to. Probably just get Cauldra or Batterskull here. See what they get. Batterskull. Yikes. Yikety yikes yikes. Alright, well we gotta push. Maybe we need to get a little fortunate here. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Let's think about this. So we're gonna put this. What do we want? Thoughtseize? I think we want Thoughtseize in our hand, to be honest. I think we want Thoughtseize. Just like allows us to play Shadows out. Kind of forces the issue with the Batterskull here. So it's definitely two things I like. Is this Cauldra? Maybe. Yeah, it is. Caudra's an issue. Caudra's a major issue. An issue. But if they don't have anything after this, we might be in fine shape. No land? Please? Ugh. Ugh. Alright. Fetch. Ugh, man. Alright, let's think about this. How the hell do we win? So we can Thoughtseize. Can't really fetch shot. Steam Vents is horrible right now. We need to get. There's like too many problems we have to deal with right now. So, how does one win from here? It might just be like double. I'm like trying to think how we win. We can. We don't have an answer, I don't think, in our deck for this card, right? It's just indestructible. Yeah, we can't. So we're gonna have to live with the fact that this is on the battlefield. Maybe the best line is just like deploying 2 shadows, playing our fetch land out. I think that's our best line. It's not a good one. I think it's the best one we have. Then next turn, maybe we'll be able to... So maybe we get to chump block here. Or maybe we could just take it. No, I'm trying to think how we win this game. And I think this is the best line. If this Steam Vents wasn't there, I think we could Fatal Push here. Tack them for 3, and then maybe we're better off. But it's definitely going to be a tough one, especially if they have like Teferi or something here. Because we can't even like counter Teferi. Just hope they don't have a Teferi. That would be the worst case scenario. Oh, do they have Sword of Fire and Ice? Fudge. Do they just literally have everything in their hand? Oh my god, well, we can't win that. Right? I guess we can chump block with a shadow here. God, how the fudge are we supposed to win? Okay. Maybe Bolt does it? Guess if we block... Do we keep the shadow? I forget how this works. See how they assign damage, right? Can I see how they're assigning the damage? Hopefully we can. Is there any way to figure out how they're assigning damage? Guess if we just fetch shock here... Wait, do we just win? I don't believe we do, because this gets exiled. I keep forgetting that. Well, let's fetch shock here. So we won't take anything. A Solitude? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. I guess we have to push our own shadow. Like, oh my god. That's so bad. Like, are we pushing our shadow? I mean, we die if we don't push our shadow, so let's do that. It's like, this matchup seems abysmal. Oh my goodness. Solitude, such a good card against our deck. And like the fact that this is indestructible, hexproof from her, like just we can't deal with this card. Scalding Tarn. Alright, well, feels bad that we lost. Like, we just... If they had a batter skull, we would have been fine. I mean, I guess we weren't winning with a Solitude in hand. We can't beat that card, so... feels bad, but... Alright, well, we'll see you in the final one. Let's see if we can at least go 4-1, but... well, you know what, let's do this too. Let's Thoughtseize here. Just Thoughtseize to see what they have. Alright, well, okay, cool. We lose. Feels like we lost to Steam Vents here. Maybe we shouldn't have Expressive Iteration the turn we did, but I think we kind of needed to, but maybe we shouldn't have. So I'll see you all in the final one. Alright, we're here for the final one. We get to go first, which is awesome. Final match. Let's see. Hand, I would say, is respectable. Let's say this hand's respectable. Kind of like this hand. It's a very aggressive hand. Something you don't get to see with Jund is the flying, so it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Now the real question is, I don't even know if like you're supposed to fetch shock here. I mean, I assume you always fetch shock with Shadow. It's like one of those things, I never really played Grixis Death Shadow until like the printing after Luris, so like I feel like I'm definitely a little bit behind in the Shadow world. Let's get a Steam Vents so we don't have to fetch next turn. But I don't know. I'm assuming you always fetch Shock in this deck. This is pretty good. I think we just slam a Sprite Dragon. We have another Bolt. We can go Sprite Dragon Bolt or just DRC Sprite Dragon. So I think this is a pretty fine looking hand. Fine looking starts. Got a DRC Bolt. It's fine. I think I might just deploy both threats here. Especially with that as the draw. I think I want to deploy both threats. And I think I'm just going to get an island here to do it. Just not get mutagen growth, please. Alright. So next turn, we get the Bolt here. Expressive, yikes. Card's super good. The one thing, I kind of built this list, and one thing I don't like about it is there's not 4 expressive iterations. I think the card's just too good not be playing right now. Maybe it's oh, Grinding Station? Huh. That's a little awkward. Why is there a Grinding Station? They a combo deck? I don't know what deck plays this Grinding Station other than Emery combo. So it's a little weird. Or maybe they're playing like 1 through the breach or something. Maybe something a little weird like that. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. I think upkeep we're going to bolt this DRC. Maybe them. You want to bolt them in the upkeep. Ooh, you know what? I made a misplay last turn. I didn't even think about this, but we should have played Scalding Tarn because we can actually fetch the basic island with Scalding Tarn, and we can fetch the basic swamp with Polluted Delta. So that was definitely a misplay. I didn't even think about that. Okay, they do have Mox Amber, which is kind of cool. Kind of interested what's going on with their deck. I'm trying to think if we're supposed to upkeep both. I don't think we should. Hopefully you don't draw another land, which would be brutal. Okay, well we do get the basic swamp, so... I'm trying to think. We could lose to... I mean, we can't beat a Underworld Breach anyway, so we might as well just get in there. Jeez, another land's on top. Like we can't beat that, so cannot beat it. Cannot beat it. I mean, I guess they would need Emery as well. I guess we could, because they need a legendary creature in play. I guess they could just play Ragavan. Yeah, no, we could beat it, right? That was definitely a mistake on my half. I didn't even think about that. I just, like, completely blanked on the fact that... for some reason, in my mind, I thought Mox Amber is Mox Opal. And just, like, you don't need something on the battlefield, but you definitely do. So I definitely punted here. Yeah, 100% punted. Because they can cast Ragavan from the bin. Cast the Opal. Yeah, I messed up. Grinding Station. I punted. I punted that game away. I punted. Oh, I punted. That's fine. I just like completely blanked on the fact. Oh man. Okay, so I mean I feel like we should be very good against this deck, to be completely honest. Just bring in all like I mean, we kind of just they're just like a mesh between like the aggro deck and a combo deck, so I think we'll be okay. Just the real question is like, what do we not want? Like I think these are the only cards we really want. So what don't we want? I don't think we really want Drown here. Like as weird as it is, I don't think we want it. I think we're fine with all of our discard spells, so. And like we'll bring in cards that are fine against both halves. Like we're fine turning off Delirium and exiling their bin when they're about to combo off. And like K command can destroy an artifact, and it's just like a good value card. So I think this is how you're supposed to sideboard against this deck. I am a little flustered from that last game, game 4 or match 4. Definitely flustered me, but it was bad, but it's okay. We're on to match 2 or match 5, and we just gotta focus on this match. Just gotta focus on the match we are in. That's what everyone says. I think this should probably be a good matchup. Probably. Maybe. Probably. Alright. Hand is quite good. Shall keep. So, like, I'm so used to Jund that I'm not the best with, like, figuring out how to fetch with this newish deck. Or, I'd say newish. It's newer to me. I'm not a huge Grixis fan. Or a huge Grixis player in general. But I did see some people wanted to see some of it, so I thought I would try it out. I think the deck's fine. Okay. Oh, okay. So they have Prismatic Ending. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I feel like we're just slamming the Scourge here. Maybe we shouldn't. Let's play Sprite Dragon. I just don't want this to get bolted. I guess both can be bolted. Now let's just play the Sprite Dragon. Oops. Why did I think we couldn't attack? I thought we couldn't attack, because I don't play with this card very often. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Do they have their own? Oh, they have a Ragavan. Okay. Just don't hit a removal spell, please. A Shadow. You got it. You got it. You can play it if you want. Okay, they have a Bolt as well. That is pretty obnoxious. I think I'm actually going to play Shadow out here. And just pass. We can Express Variation next turn. I like just having something on the board that stops their known card. The only real spell that can like kill us is Prismatic Ending. If they're tapping out on their turn for our threat, I think I'm fine with that. It's not like they have a path in their deck, so it's not like it doesn't feel as bad if we get this Prismatic Ending. It's a ugh, I hate these. I hate these decks. Why? Why is Teferi such an obnoxious Magic card? I hate this card so much. So much. We could have Sprite Dragoned and played... Well, that might have been better, right? And played Spellbomb. Got too worked up with a hatred for Teferi. I think that might have been right. Or at least killing it, maybe holding it Bolt if we really want to. I think that's reasonable. God. Well, it's nice to also play this out, because now we know our Scourge can't die to a Unholy Heat, which is definitely something nice. They won't have Delirium, so if we need them to not have Delirium, but I don't think they'll have it. Seems like they're on a Prismatic Ending build, and like I feel like I tend to think that Prismatic Ending decks shouldn't be playing whatchamacallit, Unholy Heat. I feel like it's just like either go one in or the other. But we also do have them dead, right? We can play Sprite Dragon, bolt them, go for lethal, which might be the best course of action here. Well, let's see what we draw. Is it a land? Maybe. Does this get them dead? Probably not. Let's think about this. Okay, so we Sprite Dragon, Bolt Ragavan, Bobble. No, that's not even close to lethal. Bolt them. I mean, I think we should just bolt them, right? I feel like bolting them is correct. We could bolt. So we bolt them. Have to chump block here. But if we bolt Ragavan, Bolt Ragavan. Let's see what their top card is here. Flooded Strands. Lands. If we Bolt Ragavan, we could kill Teferi. Or we could just attack them. Do we care about Teferi? Probably not. I mean, bolting them is literally killing Ragavan. So if we don't care about Teferi, we might as well bolt them. Might as well as, yeah. This makes a lot of sense, right? Then we have a decent card draw spell coming off. My only fear was maybe we wanted to kill the Teferi, but I don't think we do. Because we always have that option next turn, I believe. Maybe we don't. I think we always have the option though next turn. I'll be completely honest. Be quite blunt with you. Oh my god. Oh, I guess we don't have the option now. Oh my god. Ugh. EE. Brutal hates. Brutal hate. Ugh. Oh, let's go for lethal. Wink wink smiley face. Okay. Well, now it feels like we should have killed Teferi. Although, they really can't combo us here, so, like, I guess it's okay. Like, we drew a pretty good threat, at least, so... I always, like, I'm so used to not having to play around EE because I don't normally play more aggressive style decks that are super low to the ground. And I'm used to playing, like... I mean, I guess in Death and Taxes, you need to worry about it. But, like, I tend to not worry as much about it because, like, I don't think it's really that big of a deal. But in these Shadow decks, you just really got to be concerned about that card. It's so good right now. Steam Vents? Are you shocking? No. This deck seems so bizarre. Like, do we want counterspells? Like, I thought they had DRC in their deck, but maybe I remember the first game incorrectly. Cast... Oh, no, they didn't. I just, like, completely blanked on what they had. So, I mean, I think the... in my head, I thought they were a mesh between the combo and blue-red mid-range, but I think I just, like, got too distracted and, like, didn't think enough. Because, like... Now I'm thinking about it. This what's the card? God, what is it? It's on our sideboard. Stubborn Denial seems really sweet here. All right, let's slam them. We're slamming our threats. We have a Nihil Spell Bomb. I think we're in fine shape. Maybe not. Maybe they have a Prismatic Ending or another Teferi. No Teferis. No Teferis. This is a Manamorphose to get more whites, because that's not a good sign for us. Uh-oh. Turn off auto yields. That would be a horrible sign for us. Yeah, we can't. I'm sorry. We can't let that happen. Now we're tapped out. We're F6'd. If they beat us here, they beat us here. If they have Grinding Station... Okay, cool. I mean... Let's go for this. See if they counter it. Thought they would... I mean, I don't think they have a counterspell, so... Alright. Oh my god, I feel like I misplayed so bad. Maybe not. I don't know if not attacking Teferi was right. Alright, let's bring in these counter spells. I misevaluated what was going on here. This is the real question. Like, I think K Command's too slow. I mean, we need these cards, I believe. It's awkward because they do have threats that we need to care about, like Ragavan. But I think Push needs to go. Push probably needs to go. And then maybe we're diluting our game plan a little too much. So let's take out one Drown, one Dragon, and I know I kind of want all over one mana and one Stubborn Denial. Kind of trim around the edges of the cards that I think are kind of like medium. Like, I know we want the counter spells, but we don't want to be like flushed with like 6 counter spells in hand, so. Okay, let's get in this last one. Let's see if we get like our like, I think I've only gotten 4 ones with Death Shadow, which is like good. Like, I can't complain, but I'm kind of sad. I just want to get a 5-0. I mean, I haven't been like grinding Shadow, but I've been playing a lot more than I used to, so it would be nice. It would be nice to get something. This is a keep. Definitely could lose to a turn 1 Ragavan, but it's kind of is what it is. The card's just like completely busted. Which probably shouldn't be illegal, but you know, again, it is what it is. We would trade. We shall trade, I promise. Is this gonna be an ending? Bolted. Please, let's not rip like a Thoughtseize or something. Scourge. Oh my god, unreal. Unreal. Unreal MTG. This card is just like fucking insane. Okay. I mean, we're gonna play our Scourge out here. We're just probably gonna lose to this, like, Ragavan and Scourge. Just, like, kind of just absurd 2 cards to have. Prismatic, like... I don't even know what we're supposed to do about this. Like, we trim our removal. This card just, like, presents too many threats by itself, so... Yeah. Alright, well, I think we are dead here, which feels bad, but... Kind of need a removal spell for one of these 2 cards. And we didn't find it, so I believe we're actually just dead here, but we shall wait a turn. A grinding station. Oh god, Ragavan beats. Alright, well, we're dead here. So, yeah, we just lost to Ragavan. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Yeah. Feels bad. Feels bad. Maybe we can top deck something. I don't know what, but we'll stick around for our draw step here. We'll at least take our way outs here. Oh god. Alright, we'll go out in dignity with the Thoughtseize. Yeah, alright. Coolio. Alright. Well, we went 4-1. Or 3. I was so certain we were gonna go 3-1 that I said we went 3-1. No, we went 3-2. I just feel like Grixis is worse than Jund's. Like, the problem is there's too many 2-mana spells, in my opinion. Like, I think these need to be Ragavans or something, and then the list could be cleaner. Or, like, maybe make this 2 Ragavans and 4 iteration. And then, like, at that point, I feel like you get a lot more in Jund's. You're a little bit more red-black based. And you're a little bit more all in on Shadow and Scourge. And just like, I don't know. I feel like that deck's cleaner in my opinion. But this deck is a little bit better against like the control decks, I think. So like the new Jeskai list that's going around, I think if you want a deck that beats that, this is much better than Jun's. But I think on raw power level, I would suggest Jun. It's definitely good. I'm gonna work a little bit on more on this list, and hopefully we can find something that feels a little bit cleaner. But I think this needs Ragavan in the list. Sprite Dragon just doesn't feel like a Tarmogoyf Wave power level spell. There's too many things you have to like involve into it. Like there's too much after you cast it. It's not big enough. Like it does get around Rest in Peace, which is really nice. But anyways, I think that is going to be it for the video. Again, if you're watching, you've stuck through all the way to the end, that's pretty awesome, PogChamp. But if you want to drop a comment, like, subscribe, that'd be amazing. Maybe suggest some other builds you want. I can try a little bit more. The Mardu list was pretty interesting. I know it had Asmo in it, but it was definitely something to think about. I think maybe shoving Asmo in some of these lists, or even trying the non-Lurrus build of this deck, I think would be interesting. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good one wherever you're at, and yeah, thanks for watching. See you.